everyone, welcome to Edupedia World Videos. Today we are going to discuss about salts, types of salts and classification on the basis of different elements. First we will discuss about salts. A salt is an ionic compound formed by partial or complete replacement of the ionizable hydrogen ions of an acid by cations. We can see two chemical reactions. One is of partial replacement and the another one is of complete replacement of ionizable hydrogen ions of an acid by cations. A salt is an ionic compound which dissociates in solution to give a cation other than H positive ion and an anion other than OH negative ion. For example, NaCl. NaCl, it dissociates into Na positive and Cl negative. The other examples of salts are NaCl, KCl, Na2CO3, MgSO4 and CH3COONA. Salts are formed by the neutralization of acids with bases. Not all salts are neutral to litmus in solution. The salts which are neutral to litmus in solution are NaCl, KCl, Na2SO4 and NaNO3. The salts which are acidic to litmus in solution are NaHSO4, KHSO4, NH4Cl, FeCl3 and CuSO4. Salts which are alkaline to litmus in solution are Na2CO3, K2CO3, NaHCO3, KHCO3, CH3COONA. Now we will discuss types of salts. Salts are of various types like acid salts, normal salts, basic salts, double salts, mixed salts and complex salts. First we will discuss about acid salts. A salt formed by partial replacement of the ionizable hydrogen ion of an acid by a cation is called acid salt. Examples of acid salts are NaHSO4, KHSO4, NaHSO4 and KHCO3. An acid salt contains replaceable hydrogen atoms in its molecule. The acid salts such as NaHSO4 and KHSO4 are acid in solution because they are formed by the neutralization of strong acid and a strong base. An acid salt ionizes in aqueous solution forming hydronium ion. Let's take example of NaHCO3. NaHCO3 in aqueous form, it will form Na positive, H positive and CO3 twice negative aqueous. H positive, when it reacts with water, it will form hydronium ion, which is also aqueous. An acid salt liberates hydrogen ion or hydronium ion. It exhibits all the properties of an acid. For example, when an acid salt reacts with bases, it forms normal salt. So, when NaHCO3 it reacts with NaOH, it will form Na2CO3 and water. Na2CO3 is normal salt. Now we will discuss about normal salts. A salt formed by the complete replacement of ionizable hydrogen ions of an acid by a cation is called normal salt. Examples are NaCl, KCl, Na2SO4 and Na3PO4. The chemical reaction is like this: H2SO4, it will react with twice NaOH and will form Na2SO4 and water, twice H2O. This is normal salt. A normal salt does not contain any replaceable hydrogen atom in its molecule. Most normal salts are neutral to litmus, but there are some normal salts which are acidic or basic. For example, ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride, it is slightly acidic. Why it is acidic? It is acidic because it is formed by the neutralization of a strong acid, that is HCl, and a weak base, that is NH4OH. While sodium acetate, it is slightly basic because it is formed by the neutralization of weak acid, which is the weak acid CH3COOH and a strong base NaOH. Now we will discuss about basic salts. A salt formed by the partial replacement of hydroxyl ion, that is OH negative, of a base by an anion is called basic salt. These are the two examples of basic salts. A basic salt is not necessarily alkaline to litmus, and most basic salts are insoluble in water. We can see in chemical reaction CuOH whole twice, when it reacts with HCl, it will form CuOH, Cl and water. This is basic salt. And basic salt reacts with acids to form normal salt. Suppose when CuOH Cl, which is a basic salt, when it reacts with acids, that is HCl, it will form CuCl2 and water. CuCl2 is normal salt. So when basic salt reacts with acids, they will form normal salts. Now we will discuss about double salts. The addition compounds formed when stoichiometric amounts of two or more stable compounds combine together and which exist only in the solid state but dissociate into their constituent simple ions when dissolved in water are called double salts. So the examples of double salts are potash alum and Mohr's salt. Now we will discuss about mixed salt. A mixed salt contains more than one acid or basic radical other than hydrogen or hydroxyl ions. The examples of mixed salts are potassium sodium carbonate, calcium potassium phosphate, calcium hypochlorite or bleaching powder, and the another example is ammonium sodium hydrogen phosphate. Now we will discuss about complex salts, an addition compound in which the central metal ion is bonded to a number of neutral molecules, anions or cations, by coordinate bonds which are formed by the donation of electrons by neutral molecules, anions or cations to the metal ion is called a complex salt. A complex salt retains its identity in solid state as well as in solution. The example of complex salts are K2HgI4 and NiCO4. The complex salt dissociates in water. So, suppose complex salt is K4FeCN6, it will dissociate into 4K positive and FeCN6 4 negative. The complex salt or the complex ion retain its identity in solution and does not undergo further dissociation. The complex salt is now named as coordination salt by IUPAC, since in the complex ion a metal is coordinated to two or more anions or neutral molecules. Salts are also classified on the basis of different types of elements present in them: binary salts and ternary salts. First we will discuss binary salt. A binary salt contains atoms of two different elements, for example NaCl, CaCl2, CuCl2 and AlCl3. Next we will discuss ternary salts. A ternary salt contains atoms of three different elements, for example NaNO3, AgNO3, ZnSO4 and Na2CO3. Thanks for watching Edupedia World Videos.